What's up, everyone? Welcome to Bench with the Tovar Brothers. We are the Tovar Brothers. Joey here, of course, joined by my brother Angel. What's up, Angel?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
What's up? Good. LA. I'm currently not in the same spot, obviously.
Obviously.
Is it raining down there too? I'm in Los Angeles, California. It is pouring rain down here.
I'm in sunny San Diego, baby. No chance of rain. I don't see a single cloud in the air. Actually, that's a lie. I do see a cloud. But yeah, it was gloomy all the way down here yesterday, so maybe rain's coming. I don't know. But anyway, we're not in the same place today, not in the studio. We'll not be in the studio till after Christmas. So this is it. This is episode number 68, the great Jordan Mailata number.
Oh, okay, 68. Okay.
Happy birthday to Tovar brother.
What's that?
Happy birthday to the oldest Tovar brother, David.
Yes. Happy birthday, David.
Turning 47 today.
Yep.
Wednesday, December 20th, 2023. Today's episode, we're gonna get into the news. There's some news here that I think could have playoff implications. A couple of things I want to run by you. Then we're gonna get into Angels Heavenly Top 10 version number 16 as we go into week number 16 here. Some of you, it's your second week of your fantasy playoffs. For some of you, you're just watching. Just watching.
I'm still in it.
And then we're gonna do a Thursday night football preview. Rams Saints there in LA. Should be fun. If you're following on YouTube, thanks so much for joining us. If it's your first time, welcome. We usually are in the studio and all that. Watch our other videos. But today we are on the road. But we do not miss a show because we shoot Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. No matter what. If you're a returning YouTube follower, thanks so much for following. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with everything we have going on. We go year round. We're going nonstop right into the draft as soon as the season's over. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Amazon Music, thanks for joining the audio version of Bench with the Tovar Brothers. Appreciate you as well. And then, of course, follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok. I'll put how to spell that right.
There's no way I'm gonna get this one right.
You missed it already. Moment's gone. Follow us on Instagram, X, and TikTok at Benched Show is what you search there, at Bench Show, and keep up with everything we have going on there as far as reaction, highlight videos, opinion pieces, whatever it is. It's all going up there. And that's pretty much it. Let's get into the news. Okay, week 16 news. We have a couple vets. I feel like the theme of this news cycle is the vets, the old timers, I don't know why I keep think of the old man from Up.
Carl? I think it's Carl.
Carl.
No, wait. Is it Carl?
No, Carl's the kid.
Carl's the kid.
I don't remember.
Nah, I don't know.
But moving on here, the Colts have worked out former Browns, Dolphins, Saints receiver Jarvis Landry.
Hey, welcome back, Jarvis.
31 years old, hasn't played with the team this season, but looking to get onto a playoff team, Angel. And when I say that, I'm talking about the Indianapolis Colts.
Good for the Colts. Good. And Jarvis Landry, he's fun to watch play. And I think the Pittman injury probably scared him a little bit as far as depth. So this is nice for them. This is what they need.
Yep. Staying with this theme here, the Dolphins have waived pass rusher / linebacker Jason Pierre-Paul, JPP, Mr. Yep. I am JPP.
I wonder if his fingers went out like this. That way he'd be cool. Like rock and rolling all day.
Yep. Yeah. Either way, he's not in the Dolphins anymore. Looking to join a playoff team.
We probably should make fun of that.
Just kidding.
Sorry, dude.
He's a great guy. The Saints have made safety Jamal Adams a healthy scratch ahead of their Monday night victory to the Eagles. Sorry, say the Saints. The Seahawks made safety Jamal Adams a healthy scratch ahead of their win over the Eagles. I thought he was injured. Nope, he just stayed home.
Knowing how mature Jamal Adams is, he'll probably get traded this offseason.
Yikes. Just to recap on that trade, the Seahawks traded 2 firsts, a third, and a starting player in 2020 to get Adams. That's what people are trading for, like quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like that's what people are trading for, like the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
And that's what they trade for Jamal Adams. And that's I think it's safe to say now. Yeah, it's been a bust of a trade. Bad move. Pete Carroll. Maybe that's why he was so pumped after that game. You see that
Yeah,
video?
and Julian Love had a big game, like in like
Yeah,
replacement of him.
that
So
must have been the perfect way to win too. Like, yeah, your replacement ended the game.
yeah, she had 2 picks on the night against Jalen Hurts.
Yikes.
So yeah,
Um, Panthers are cutting Pro Bowl pass rusher Justin Houston, looking to get onto a playoff team as well. So these
he probably has
vets,
some. Yeah, he probably has some juice left. He probably has some juice left.
yeah. Falcons are benching Desmond Ridder once again, and will start Taylor Heineke over on versus the Colts week 16. Arthur Smith, Willen and Dillon still playing
Back at it.
chess. Still playing chess, everyone else playing checkers.
Yeah, he's so smart, Joey. He's like the smartest guy in the league. Why are we not giving him more credit for being so smart?
I see him up there in his office saying, I got an idea.
No, he's like back to Heineke.
Let's go back to Heineke. And all his guys are like, oh my God, Arthur.
And then he walks out of the office.
Yeah.
Heineke
Fantastic.
walks out.
Let me go break the news to Desmond. Bengals wide receiver Jamar Chase is likely to miss some time, suffering a separated shoulder injury. Two points here for this. Number one, fantasy teams across the league are just what a weird week it was last week with no Tyreek Hill. Pittman goes down, all these different players missing. Now you will not have Jamar Chase the rest of your playoffs. Bigger picture here, football wise, the Bengals are in the midst of a playoff change.
Yeah, this sucks for the Bengals. Let's start with the actual football. They're gonna be okay. They have T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. They have nice depth there. So you're not like, yeah, it's a hit. Obviously, it's a big hit if Jamar Chase isn't out there. But T. Higgins is more than capable of taking on wideout. And he had a great catch last week for a touchdown, catch of the year candidate. Yeah, I think they'll be okay. They can manage. Jake Browning, his magic is still going. So
it might not matter. It might not matter who you have out there. Jake Browning,
but
quarterback.
Fantasy wise, killer,
brutal.
Maybe
you can go try to sneak Tyler Boyd in your lineup.
Yeah, that might be a good.
And then have a Tyler Boyd fantasy playoff start. Yikes.
This is where we are
here. The suspension of Broncos safety Kareem Jackson has been lifted. He's now back with the team. Kareem, the hitman Jackson, now back with the Broncos. They're also in a playoff run. I want to know if you would put $100 on him not getting suspended again.
No.
Yeah.
No. He's gonna get suspended again. He's
100%.
And then he'll be like, "What are you talking about, man? I hit him in his neck."
Yeah, he probably saw that hit last week by KZ, the Steelers safety.
He was all over Twitter.
Yeah,
all these 4 weeks about. That's a hit. That's it.
He probably saw that hit and thought, "Hold my beer, watch this."
Yeah. I can do better than that. I'm Kareem Jackson.
Yeah. That's the news for going into week 16. Let's get into Angels Heavenly Top 10, version number 16. Okay, now there's some. I've read this quickly. I have some questions. Let's start at the bottom here. You have the Houston Texans at 8-6. They won without Stroud. That's pretty impressive. Texans Browns here 9-10. Who did they make the list over? Do you know?
Yeah, actually, Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville was on my list the whole season. I don't think they ever left my list, but seeing how they're operating right now, they're banged up. Now Lawrence has a concussion on top of a high ankle sprain that he's already playing with. He might actually miss a game this week. Yeah, I think the Jags are just going down, and Texans just proving that they're just being steadied right now. That's what you want. Yeah. And the Browns are just 9-5. They're just defying the odds. They're Joe Flacco has a little bit of magic left, pouring a little bit.
He's balling, man.
I think they're appropriately placed 10 Texans because they still have to start another week with Case Keenum. So I don't want to overrank them too high. And then the Browns. So and this week the Browns play the Texans. So that's a great game.
So these two teams, assuming they're fully healthy, right? Obviously, this version of fully healthy. Obviously, not bringing back Chubb and those guys, but Stroud's back and all the little minor injuries are cleaned up. In the playoffs, who's the more dangerous team? A healthy Texans or a healthy Browns?
Defense wins championships. So I'll take the Browns.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, moving on here. The Bills obliterated the Cowboys, and they're at number 8. Cowboys are much higher.
Number
I,
five,
I
not
need
much
to
higher.
understand this.
Yeah, I think no, this is not a knock to the Bills. They're just back. There's a lot of good teams in the NFL right now. There's like there. I wasn't putting them over the Chiefs because the Chiefs obviously are not the same, but like this is just where I see them. They're the third best team in the AFC, or fourth best team,
Who?
the Bills.
Okay, so you have the Chiefs ahead of them, which I'm okay with. What I'm not okay with is that you have the Dolphins in front of the
Yeah,
Chiefs,
I knew it. I knew you were gonna
and you
say
have the Cowboys in front of the. I guess that's fine. Um,
that.
how in the world are the Dolphins ahead of the Chiefs and the Bills? I don't. What are you thinking?
That's just how I see it. Look, the Dolphins right now are playing pretty good football this week. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. They play the Cowboys this week. This would be a good test for both of them. Either way, one of these teams is gonna whoever the winner is, it's still gonna be above the Bills and the Chiefs.
Why?
Because from what I see, I know I'm hitting a nerve here because it's the Cowboys and they're above other teams. And you're the Eagle fan
No,
here,
I'm fine.
but
No, I'm fine with the Cowboys. I'm talking about the Dolphins.
well, if the Dolphins beat the Cowboys this week, this is a pretty justifiable spot, and I think they very much can beat the Cowboys.
The Bills and Chiefs are both better than the Dolphins. I don't. I mean, I guess, okay. I guess you're believing the Dolphins now.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on here. Yeah, we saw the Cowboys there. Just below the Eagles. Very interesting. Eagles have lost 3 in a row. Obviously, people are gonna really question how are they at number 4, even though they got jumped by the Lions. Um, I've seen lists with them as low as 6, 7.
Yeah.
For you, they stay at number 4, and above the Cowboys and Dolphins. Why?
Well, I moved Eagles and Cowboys down. They both lost. They both lost ugly, but like I said last week, the quality of wins the Eagles have had, I'm not gonna hurt them too much for they look honestly when I watch the play, they look like emotionally drained. I think they need a little reset. They have an easy schedule to close out the year here, and I think yeah, I'm not going to knock them too much for losing to good teams. So yeah, and they're still 10-4. Like they not like they haven't beat good teams too. Like not, like so they're number 4 for me.
And we have a new member of your top 3 here, and that's the Detroit Lions. Welcome to the top 3. They jumped the Eagles, Cowboys, Dolphins, Chiefs. This is a big time for the Lions. Big time win, of course, last week, and you have a number 3 with a bullet.
Yeah, they're if this is them hitting their stride, this is when you want to hit your stride. End of the year when you're in a playoff race, they're getting healthier. They're getting CJ Gardner-Johnson back. The offensive line is slowly getting healthier, and it showed last week. They played very well against a good Broncos team. Not a good Broncos team. So I'm going to reward them. They've been impressive all year. They've been have ups and downs, but I think now they're hitting their stride offensively and defensively. They're trying to piece it together. Yeah, I think they're top 3 team easily. And also, this is also in conjunction with the Eagles and Cowboys both losing. So this is just
Yeah.
I'm on I'm on the Lions hype train again. Like I'm back on it. I am wearing a hat. I have a little outfit on. I'm back on it.
Man, it's interesting. Okay. Ravens 11-3 at number 2. I think the top 2 are kind of clear. Niners at 1, Ravens at 2. Luckily, they get to play this week, so that should be fun.
Yeah. Just real quick, I'll go over it. Ravens. The Keaton Mitchell loss is tough. It's tough. You can bring up Melvin Gordon all you want. It's not the same as Keaton Mitchell. Mitchell had that explosiveness. But this depth of this Ravens team is phenomenal. Isaiah Likely steps right in, is killing it. I have full confidence that they'll find a way to manufacture the same amount of yards they had with Keaton Mitchell and without Keaton Mitchell.
Yeah.
And then the 49ers. They have 2 MVP candidates, front runners on the same team. They're rolling right now, 11-3, easy top. and on everyone's top list. You'd be dumb if you don't think that they're the best team of football right now.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no really reason to not have. I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
some reason. Maybe
No.
if there's some injuries or something lingering, but there's
No.
no. They're just so clearly the best team in the NFL right now, and if they stay healthy, they should be the Super Bowl favorites. Like you can
Oh
just
yeah.
win a Super Bowl for sure. Um, and Brock Purdy kind of taking his place among the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay. I talked about this yesterday. I think Brock Purdy's year is reminding me a lot of that Matt Ryan MVP year, where you don't really think he's the best quarterback in football. Because I don't think he is the best quarterback in football. But he's playing like the best quarterback in football. I think it's not a knock. I just don't think, he's MVP, right? He's MVP, but let's cool the Jets. I think I'll take a lot more quarterbacks above Purdy. I think he's just
Yeah.
playing the best right now, right? Like, do you agree that's
I
kind
wouldn't
of a
say it
good
like
comp?
that because I think like that's too confusing the way you say it. I'd say he's put up the best numbers in football. Like playing like the best is like I don't know. I think yeah, he's putting up the best numbers in football, and if you dive into that, you could probably explain it away by the team around him. But he's still putting up those numbers, and he still should get credit for those numbers. Just like we credit every other quarterback. And the biggest number is his wins. He's leading his team to wins over and over again against bad teams, against good teams, home, away. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Yeah, I like that Matt Ryan year. We never thought Matt Ryan was Tom Brady or Drew Brees or any of
Yeah,
those guys.
that's all I'm saying. Is that
Yeah,
he's kind of like this is what this reminds me of.
yeah. Okay, so that's Angels Heavenly Top 10 list. Let me review it real quick. At number one, you got the Niners, followed by the Ravens, Lions, Eagles, and Cowboys, rounding out your top five. The bottom half here, you have the Dolphins, Chiefs, Bills. You need to show more love to the Bills next week. I swear. And then rounding out your list here, the Browns and Texans. Somehow Joe Flacco is in the 2023 Week 16 power rankings list, but
This
that is the world we live in.
football is a crazy sport, man. You never know.
Okay, let's get into a Thursday night football preview. As the Rams are going to host the Saints, both at 7-7. The Rams are underdogs here? Wow, yeah, favored, -4, at home. So that's interesting. Monday night. I mean, this game has big, I guess, playoff implications as far as like these teams sneaking in. Like the losers pretty much out, right?
Yeah, they're both 7-7, right? They're both
Yeah,
trying to get. Yeah, this is huge because like this might be the last year of Stafford, right? Or last year of the Stafford Cup kind of era. So trying to squeeze out one more playoff run out of this Rams team here.
yeah. Stafford is somehow 10th in the league in passing yards. I feel like he's barely played. But he's 10th in the league in passing yards, 3,300 in just 13 games. He's thrown 21 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and he's playing his best ball right now. He's playing really good. The
Yeah,
receivers, Cup and Puka Nacua, are both healthy. You guys, Kyron Williams back. That seemed like he gave some juice to the offense.
yeah,
And we're seeing the best version of the Rams right now. If they can sneak into the playoffs, they'd be really fun to watch.
yeah. I think the Rams are a good sleeper team. I would love for the Rams to get in the playoffs. McVay, Stafford, Cooper Cup. That's a pretty good ad. Yeah, they're what's it called? They're in the right direction. They're going in the right direction at the right time of the year. This is when you want to get hot is later on. And playing the Saints team, the Saints need this as much as anybody. They're tied with the Bucks for that NFC South, title. So
Right.
such a good matchup today or tomorrow.
Yeah. The Rams have stayed afloat there offensively. 11th in passing yards, 11th in rushing yards, 9th in points scored. They're an offense that could put it on you if you're not, on your P's and Q's defensively.
Yeah, shout out to Sean McVay. They're saying we're not gonna suck. We're still gonna be good. Like it's impressive. I never thought they'd be in the playoffs because Stafford was injured all off season, and Donald always saying retirement stuff, and Cooper Kupp's been hurt on and off all year. This is a testament to this Rams team and Sean McVay for keeping this team alive and believing in themselves.
I think a lot of it can be attributed to the new Austin Eckler in LA, and that is Kyron Williams. My guy averaging 5.1 yards a carry. It's 50 in the NFL, 95 yards a game, rushing, which is very impressive. Um, and is fourth in the NFL in total rushing, 30 receptions on 46 targets for almost 200 yards. He literally does it all. They throw it to him a bunch. He's the only guy who gets carries, and that's a nice little core for whoever's next. If this is
Yeah.
the year for Stafford to go walk in with Kyron Williams and Puka Nacua, we'll see what happens with Cooper Kupp, but it's a nice little. The Rams were known for just selling out for vets and going for it. And you look at their team now, and they have a nice core of young players to build on going forward.
Yeah, they do. Pretty good team.
Yeah.
Puka Kyron for the future. Cooper Kupp seems like he's aging pretty decently. I mean, he's not what he used to be, but he's still pretty good. So yeah.
Defensively, pretty much the same cast of characters. Byron Young, new to the scene here, 6 sacks. I think he leads all rookies in sacks. And then Aaron Donald there, Old Faithful. I feel like we haven't heard anything about Aaron Donald this year.
Yeah.
But he's balling.
But I don't think he very much cares. He still has 6 sacks. He's still performing at a high level. He is the greatest. He's so good. It's crazy how much we don't show him enough love. Like, he's one of the greatest defensive players of all time, and we're just like, oh, it's Aaron Donald to have 6 sacks.
He's gonna go straight into retirement off 10 sacks.
And just yoked still, yoked.
Looking fantastic. Moving over to the Saints here. The Saints, they beat the Giants last week, but for the most part, they've struggled all season. Derek Carr really hasn't been the answer at all, and they're tied to him, I think, for at least another 2 years. So they got to make it work, and right now they are they're injured. They're missing guys for the rest of the season. They're trying to just finish this season. If they could make the playoffs, that'd be a huge boost just for them and how this if they can make the playoffs after this season, they have to feel really good about that. As far as their rankings throughout the league, they're kind of just average to below average in pretty much everything. 16th in passing yards, 19th in rushing, but 12th in points scored. So they're converting as far as in the red zone at a decent clip. Defensively, they've been much better. 7th against the pass, really struggling against the run, but overall sixth in the league in points against. And I think they're a team that, if you don't take seriously, can sneak up and beat you.
Yeah.
But if you go in there it's a nice tune-up game because they're going to give you a real look. But they're very beatable.
Yeah, I think defensively they have obviously Kevin Jordan, Demario Davis, Latimer, Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. They're just a bunch of smart vets on defense who know how to play good ball. And offensively, it's just been the show of which version of Derek Carr we're going to get this week. Is it going to be aggressive Derek Carr, or is it going to be check down Derek Carr? And every time they get check down Derek Carr, they lose. His inconsistency is somehow baffling to them, but not baffling to anyone else. This is why the Raiders let him go. This is what you get. And this is the kind of season that you're going to get out of him, is up and down and all around. And if it wasn't for Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave and those guys, I mean, this offense would be pretty tough to watch. Kamara, by the way, quietly having a pretty good season. Not get talked about enough. Kamara's still good. It's crazy. You don't hear him mentioned ever.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit on the ground, but he's still 68 catches by a running back his age, especially, is incredible. On the ground, just 3.9 yards per carry this year. So that's what's kind of taking a little step back. But yeah, still a very productive running back in the league. Like we give Saquon kind of a lot of passes for not being as productive and being hurt often. And I feel like Saquon and Alvin Kamara are kind of peers of each other as far as get into the older years of running back now. And Kamara is producing at a much more consistent clip than Saquon, I'd say. And he's still someone you need to account for. And then Chris Olave, really the last receiver standing kind of for this team.
Yeah, he's banged up for sure. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I mean, we could go and pick this game because we're doing our picks tomorrow, but I'm gonna pick the Rams, I think, pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be easily, but the Rams, yeah. I think the Rams are more sure of themselves on both sides of the ball than the Saints are. I think.
I meant pretty confidently.
Okay. Yeah, confidently. I think that's. I think the Rams take this one, and a pretty good game though. This is a nice game. I think they're both kind of evenly matched. Both have the same amount of stars, but I think coaching is going to come. Is the kind of coaching, and I'm not a big Dennis Allen guy. Never have been. I'll take Sean McVay 10 times out of 10 over Dennis Allen. So that's the deciding factor here. I think Dennis Allen might be the reason why this team isn't better than on paper. They should be a lot better than 7-7.
Just kind of an okay coach and just
Okay,
kind of
coach.
an okay
Okay,
team.
team. Yep. This is what happens. And but yeah, I'll pick the Rams here.
Okay, that's the Thursday Night Football preview, and that's pretty much all I got. You got anything else?
Nope. Just zero shopping done, zero planning done. I'm looking forward to this weekend being very eventful.
We bought a couple gifts yesterday. I think my wife's going out to buy some today. We got some Amazon orders they might be here, they might not be here. We'll see. But we're gonna make
Santa
it
might
work.
come December 27th. We don't know. Santa's a busy guy.
We're gonna make it work. I do want to make a quick announcement as far as next week's shows. We are actually gonna schedule to miss our first show, and that is on Christmas Day on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
We will not be releasing the show that day. We're gonna be with our family, hanging out, doing Christmas stuff, and I hope you are as well. Just want to let you know right now, so you're not there Monday thinking, "Where's the show?" We'll remind you again on Friday. But yeah, that's the show for today. Thanks so much for joining us. Should be a good week of football, man. Good luck to those of you moving through the playoffs. I envy you, but I'm also very excited to watch, see how different teams are turning out. The bench warmer leagues is heating up. Angel,
yeah,
you moved on.
Yeah, I moved on. I'm begging Jonathan Taylor with every fiber of my being to please play. I need you so bad. Do not make me start Tyler Boyd, please.
You and thousands of others.
Yeah. I so desperate at quarterback. I picked up Nick Mullins, so that's where we are with that.
Yeah, he balled out last week.
Here we go.
All right, guys. We'll see you Friday.
See you.